Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today is an exciting day because I had my last coffee in my cafetiere because my new KitchenAid Espresso Machine has arrived and we're going to be unboxing it, we're going to be testing it out, we're going to be seeing what comes in the box and yeah, having a good look. So I hope you're as excited as I am because I'm literally so thrilled. And let's jump straight into the unboxing. I'll get this out of the box now, but I just wanted to let you know that the color that I chose is the brushed stainless steel. It's like a really nice silvery color, but of course it's brushed, it's not super shiny, and I thought it would match most of our other kitchen appliances, which tend to be black, white, or stainless steel. So now let's open up the box. I'm just gonna give this a little swivel around so you can see it is huge. I can't explain, like the boxes for KitchenAid, I always find the boxes are so big, the packaging is really sturdy, but then once you get it out, you're like, oh okay, it's not massive, it's not gonna take up so much space on my counter. So we'll have to see for this one, but so far the box is pretty big. It wasn't too heavy, and yeah, let's get the box open. So on top of the first piece of cardboard are the manuals. I'll get them out. They're packaged in like a little bit of foam. Inside is a quick start guide that lets you see how to quickly use the KitchenAid Espresso Machine very easily. There's actually no written words in it. It's just diagrams to show you how to use it if you want a quick start. Inside, it also shows you all these different types of espresso drinks that you can get with this machine, or actually you can make with this machine. And on the other side, it tells you the correct and incorrect way to make these different drinks. I know we all put our manuals away somewhere and we don't really look at them, but these things are always good to have. And what I've started doing is having a folder where I just put all of my manuals in, and then if I want them in the future, I can go grab them, and it's not like digging through the last kitchen cupboard that I ever want to look in. Next is just a little pamphlet showing what you've bought and what potential items you could also get alongside it. A congrats and an information booklet on how to register your espresso machine. I personally register all of my KitchenAid equipment. It's a really good way to keep track of it, and then if you have any issues, you can easily reach out to them, sign in, and all your information's there. Again, not having to dig for the manuals that you may not know where they are. And lastly, there is the manual. This is going to be our, I guess, best friend while we get the machine set up and figure out how to use it. So let's get into the rest of the unboxing and actually see what the espresso machine looks like. There are a few other items on the top here which I will just take out and we'll run through after we've gotten everything out of the box, but this does look like a little mug, so we'll have to take a look. So now I'm just lifting this part out, and the machine will be in the bottom half. In here, this is taped securely, so I was a little worried when I just did that, but it's taped securely, so I'm just gonna get every piece out and I'll show it to you close up on the camera. So the first thing that I'm gonna open is actually, I thought it was maybe like a KitchenAid mug, but actually it is the milk pitcher. I'm just holding this up so that you can see it up close. It's really nice, matches the stainless steel exterior, except this is shiny. It's got a handle on this side so you can easily grab it. I'd say this is pretty well sized for a milk pitcher and not too intimidating. Next up are these filters. I've stepped out of frame so this can be in focus, and these are the filters that you'll put your coffee into. I was actually watching another video on how to use the KitchenAid, and it stated that there are some that have one hole on the bottom, and there are also filters that have multiple holes on the bottom. And the ones with multiple holes, apparently are better used for fresh coffee in comparison to the one with the single hole, which is better for coffee that's pre-ground, which is what I'll be using. This moment we may have been waiting for, but this is the most important part of the machine potentially, because without this, I don't know what you do. Keep in mind that this is pretty heavy. I'd say it's got some good weight to it. The handle is really nice. It almost feels leathery, but it's definitely not leather. It's probably a plastic. And on the bottom, there's a really nice stamped KitchenAid seal. Next up is the tamper. And the tamper here, as you can see, is a really nice metal. It's got some nice weight to it, similar to the other parts of the machine too, but the handle is plastic and it's super sleek looking. It also has the stamp on the underside, which a lot of the KitchenAid products have on them. The next thing I've taken out is the steam wand. So this will attach onto the machine and probably stay there unless you're cleaning it. And lastly, what I thought was just a really nice touch, because it wasn't necessary for KitchenAid to include it, is a coffee scoop. I've been actually thinking about buying one for a really long time, so I'm glad I have it now, because this cute little branded KitchenAid coffee scoop is going to be super helpful for me. So now that we've gotten all of the smaller parts out of the box, the big reveal, let's get the actual espresso machine out now. I'm gonna turn it on its side because I'm not very tall and it's very high up on the counter. So I'm just gonna pull this out really gently. As you can see, it's packaged up really well. This is super solid, and I really like that all of this around the actual machine is recyclable. I'm not sure if all of the little foam pouches are going to be recyclable. I'll have to check on that. Okay, so now the moment we have been waiting for, which is the big reveal of the espresso machine, and I'm just going to gently lift this up. Now turning this on its side, I'm gonna pull out some of the attachments. This looks like a small plastic tray. And then we can lift off the other side. So the back of the cardboard here actually has the cord tangled into it, so just be careful. So I'm just removing these pieces of cardboard, and then we can actually reveal. I'm so excited, I can't believe it. The KitchenAid Artisan Espresso Machine. I couldn't be more excited to give this a review and share it on my YouTube channel. I've been itching to get my hands on this, and I'm so excited I finally have. As I said at the beginning, the box is so much bigger than the actual product because it's packaged really well, and also there's loads of small pieces of equipment that you wouldn't think about that are actually nestled into the box and also well protected. So here we have it, the KitchenAid Artisan Espresso Machine. I know I've said it, but I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And now let's get the last few pieces off of the machine. So on the back is the water tank, which you will fill with some water. I've just taken the foam off. It has a handle, which is really helpful for removing this and refilling it. It means that you don't have to really give it a shake. You can just gently lift it off the back of the machine, fill it up, and the handle sits quite flush. So you don't have to worry about, when it's against the wall, whether this is gonna get in the way. It's super flush against the actual water tank. So I'm gonna turn this around so you can see the back here and take this cord out. I'm just going to slide the water tank on here, which is where it sits, and it looks great already. I can't get over it. So this must be actually not a tray. This is part of the water tank. This will go on the top so that, those noises are not good, are they? So that it just gets covered. Look at that, perfect. Now let's turn it around and I'll give you a nice close-up view of the machine. The next step is to take the water tank and fill it up so that we can clean the espresso machine before we use it. So here we are with the filled water tank. I'm now just gonna place the lid on here and drag the handle over and reattach this onto the back of the tank here. It just slides on really nicely. So I'm just popping up really close to the camera to let you know that you can't put distilled water or filtered water into the espresso machine. They want it to be tap water. So just keep that in mind when you're filling it up. So now we can clean the espresso machine, but we need to plug it in. Don't forget to remove this piece of paper that's over the plug before you plug it in. I've just switched on the machine, and as you can see, some lights here have come on, and we're gonna clean the machine before we use it at all. So now that the lights have stopped blinking, that signals that we can start using the machine. And the first thing that we're gonna do is take this, which is just for the milk, and pop it under here. We need to make sure this is on one and that this is positioned underneath the machine, and then we can press the play button. So that's now cleaned the group head, which is basically this part of the machine. It's just heated the water, rinsed it through, and now I'm just gonna take this and pour it out in the sink. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna adjust this toggle so that it goes to hot water. Then I'm gonna place a cup under here to catch the water that's gonna come through. And then the next thing is just to press the play button, and we're gonna let this run for about 3 to 5 seconds and then press stop. Easy as that. So now our KitchenAid espresso machine is completely set up. We have cleaned the steam nozzle. We have added the water to the tank in the back. We've even cleaned the top part of the machine. So now our KitchenAid Artisan Espresso Machine is completely set up and ready to use. So I think we should give it a whirl. I only had a cup of decaf earlier, so I'm thinking, let's get some caffeine in here, let's get it going, and let's see what it's like when it actually runs. So I've grabbed some coffee out of the cabinet. I'm gonna be using the double wall single shot filter because I'm using pre-ground coffee. In the instruction manual, it does explain which one to use, double shot, single shot, and for which filter, and depending on what the kind of coffee you're using is. So there's no mixing it up, but I'm gonna go single shot for pre-ground coffee because that's what we've got in the cabinet. This is one of my favorite caffeinated coffees. I really love this one. And the other brand that I really like is called Alpaca Coffee, and their decaf is absolutely delicious, as are their regular coffees. But anyway, let's get an espresso made. So what I need to do is pop this in until it clicks, and that's in there. That's probably the one I'll use the most, so I'll be able to leave it in there. I've opened my delicious bag of coffee, and I'm gonna use the KitchenAid coffee scoop to just add some of the ground coffee in here. Just a little more, I think. Next, I'm gonna use the tamper and just press down and give it a little tap. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you how satisfying that is. That just looks so satisfying, and it's completely flat. Gonna get the espresso machine going. So here we go. I'm using one of my favorite mugs. This is by an independent seller on Etsy. I'll share the link down below because her mugs, cups, bowls, everything is absolutely gorgeous. And as you can see, it's like got this speckled wavy pattern. So I'm gonna use this as my inaugural cup for the espresso machine. I'm gonna pop it down here, and let's get this going. What I need to do is figure out where this goes in, and then you just move it over to the right. So that's properly secure now. The next thing to do is to select coffee, otherwise you'll get the steam or the hot water. And I'm doing a single shot, and now I'm just gonna press the play button, and our coffee should be going. Don't know how well you can see, but look at that. It's got the crema on the top, but I'm gonna take my coffee out now, and we can test out the steamed milk option, which is with the nozzle here. Whoop! That is used up, so that can go into compost or wherever you put your coffee ground. So nice and close up here, I'm just popping the wand just below into the milk jug, and then I'm gonna press play, and it should just steam the milk. So I just pressed the stop button, and this is pretty darn hot. Okay guys, please don't judge the fact that I have no idea how to do any latte art. I'm gonna give it a try now. That is really nice. Okay guys, so we have made a coffee, we have done the steamed milk, and this was my first time using the machine. I thought it was pretty easy to set up. It's really compact, and I also like that there's so many easy guides within the manual that I could follow and not get mixed up. It wasn't like an IKEA manual where there's no descriptions and it's very confusing. This was really, really easy to do. The coffee is delicious, and the machine is, again, as I said, super easy to use. It's a nice item to have in the kitchen. It would also be a really, really nice housewarming gift for a friend or a family member, someone who is interested in potentially making coffee shop style coffees at home, or someone who's maybe a little bit of a fanatic about coffee or who wants to get into it. Now that I have the espresso machine, I'll definitely be having a lot more coffees and espresso martinis potentially too. So yeah, it's just an overall great item to have in the kitchen. I think there are a lot of great other options that you can use to make coffee, or less expensive items that you can buy for someone who does love coffee, like a coffee subscription, a cafetiere, a really nice coffee scoop, or jars to keep your coffee in. But if you're thinking about getting one, I would definitely recommend it. I hope you guys enjoyed this unboxing of the KitchenAid Espresso Machine, as well as setting it up and getting it going and making our first coffee in the espresso machine. It was super exciting, and I'm really happy to have this kitchen item. I really couldn't explain how excited I was to get my hands on it, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to my channel. There'll be loads more videos like this, and hit the like button. Leave me a comment if you have any questions or ideas for other YouTube videos, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks so much. Bye!